And as you can see, in the last few years, there has been an explosion on researches has done on mindfulness. And many of the researches has its focused on neuroplasticity. So neuroplasticity is something what Buddha was saying, what we think, we become. So he really knew that. And this is a scientific finding about what we think and do and pay attention to actually can change our brain structure and functions. Our brain is malleable, so it's changeable at any time of our life. And as we know now, we can change it intentionally. So I'm going to introduce you this study looked at default mode network. So researchers had two groups. One is novice meditators, beginner, and one's experienced meditators. So they put this machine, fMRI, to measure the brain's activity, and they found this default mode network is much less active during the meditation. And with the experienced meditator's brain, they found there's a greater connectivity in between this default mode network, which relates to self-referential thinking, as Dan Harris was talking about, or mind wandering. This mode gets active when you go to see your GP and you ask to sit and wait. You start, thinking about this and that. This time, your default mode network is active. But experienced meditator's brain, they have a great connectivity in this network and this executive functioning brain. This is to do our rational thinking and this manage our attentions. So that's suggesting that by doing the mindfulness practice, we have better capacity to monitor and manage our mind wandering. So next study I want to introduce is done by Antonio Rus and his colleagues. So their finding is mindfulness reduces stress and reactivity. So they had two same kind of groups. So one's beginner meditator and one's expert meditators. So they had this machine to see the brain activity, and they had this machine called thermode, which transmits the heat from machine to you. So they put this thermode onto meditators' forearms, okay? And they reported, so when heat was on, of course they feel pain. So they reported not only the pain when heat was on, they reported this anticipatory stress of knowing the heat is coming and this lingering unpleasant feeling afterwards. And those reaction is correlates to our brain salient network, including amygdala. This is all the brain. Amygdala is called brain's alarm system, which gets active with threat or opportunities. But researchers found something interesting in expert meditators' brain. So their brain still registered when heat was on, but there was much less activation in amygdala before and after, as you can see. So that's suggesting by doing the mindfulness practice, you are able to let things come and go more easily with much less stress before and after. So these findings has been confirmed by meta-analysis, which is the method to look across huge number of different bodies. So Inyan Tan and his colleagues from Texas Tech Neuroimaging Institute, they summarize this change in brain regions into 3 different benefits. So one is attentional control, second one is emotional regulation, and third one is self-awareness. But we need to say from a scientific humility that neuroscientific research on mindfulness is still quite new. So we need to use multiple ways to confirm the scientific researches. So it's still fair to say these 3 key functional changes are there as a benefit. And good news is we can find this benefit through our daily life. This is Sachin Said Yourself did a survey on participants in 2017 over 15 countries. So they did a survey, pre and post program, and they asked 2 specific questions. So this question is about the ability to understand what others feeling. And this is the ability to stop before reacting. So on both questions, there was significant improvement. So really imagine if there's more people who can stop before reacting, like the world is maybe already a little bit depressed.